Hey folks, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I've got a little smile on my face because Cheryl Pierce is a very funny person. And so Cheryl, thank you for being a funny person. Cheryl made a gift to the channel for me to do Alabama's I'm in the Mood. And I think Alabama has another song because when I went to grab this one and the title was like, I'm in that kind of mood. And I'm like, are they the same song? I don't think so. So I didn't grow up on country, folks. So if you're new to the channel, that would explain. Sometimes I don't know to differentiate or how to differentiate, but I went with the title that you requested, and this is what Cheryl said. Well, this is from 2003, okay, the song. So this is a pic from my hubby, Johnny. Yeah, he's an Alabama fan too. I really couldn't give him the time of day otherwise. LOL, LOL. Hey, we've all got standards, right? I'm sure Johnny has his standards too, and you met them. Radio had decided by this time, I'm assuming that's 2003, that Alabama was done and wouldn't play this song. I know, I called in requests like crazy. With their fan base, this easily would have been another #1 hit, but let's see what you think. Thanks for your always very insightful reactions. Well, you're welcome, Cheryl, very much. Thank you. And Jeff Cather, take note. This is just more proof that I have always insightful reactions, and I'm very good at math. So, just got to state the facts out there. And Cheryl, thank you for this gift, by the way. This is very kind. I'm always touched when I see people make a gift to the channel for me to react to a song. I'm in the mood. All right, Johnny. See how this is depicted.
I knock on with a lot on my mind from a long, hard day.
Right.
I'm pulling at home, see you and find my stress slipping away. Then you run to my arms and give me a kiss. Nothing else matters when you hold me like this.
True.
Girl, I'm in the mood to be your man, to win your heart all over again. Let my eyes trace, let my lips taste nothing but you. I'm in the mood to close the door, make love tonight like never before. Rush after rush like waves on the shore. Girl, I'm in the mood.
This reminds me, like, I'm in the mood for love simply because you're near me and all this stuff. And this, it's kind of fun. I love songs like this too because you're expressing your thoughts. And life is lived moment by moment. But the funny thing is about a song like this is you'll feel this way again. Like you're feeling this way now, of course, for whatever, we all have our reasons. But then a few days later, a week later, whatever, that mood strikes again. And it's not just to go at it. It's because you're really feeling this deep, all-encompassing emotional, physical connection. And those are just great, great moments. I mean, that's when it's really fun to be alive, to be human, to have someone in your life, to be able to express it to somebody who receives it, the whole 9 yards. It's just a beautiful dynamic.
All day long, I'm so strong, then I hear you speak. I'm drawn to your fire, your signs of desire. Girl, you make me weak. I go drifting away like a leaf on the wind. I'm under a spell, your touch put me in. Girl, I'm in the mood to be your man, to win your heart all over
can see this having been a crossover hit because it's not expressly country. It's not country, obviously, because it's Alabama. Interesting guitar work.
Yeah, I'm in the mood to close the door. Make love tonight like never before. Rush after rush like waves on the shore. Girl, I'm in the mood. Girl, I'm in the mood. Girl, I'm in the mood.
This was like, it's interesting that this was like it wasn't somber, but it was solemn in a sense. It was, would you say like downbeat as opposed to upbeat? Yeah, very interesting. And it brings to mind, like when you have such a successful band like Alabama, who's at this point in 2003 had so many songs put out there, that how do you come up with a fresh sound? And generally, you bring in a new producer. That's one way in which you create a new sound. But I remember like this. Well, it was a sitcom, MASH, but it was set, in the Korean War. That I saw an interview after it was done, or there were other TV shows that ran for like a decade or whatever. And the actors or actresses or the director or the creator of the show would say, I know everybody loved it, but we had covered every single storyline that could have been covered. So many episodes, so many years of doing this that the writers, none of us, we had no new material. And so after a good run, like Modern Family will go that direction. I think Scrubs went that direction. And it's not just because actors or actresses leave these shows. Modern Family, they didn't. But for instance, it's after there's no new material, you say, what are we going to do that hasn't been done before? And that's where I think this is the first time it dawned on me that like a challenge, because this was a very different sound for Alabama. Like, I had said, Cheryl, that this could have been a crossover because it didn't have the distinctive country elements that used to upset me. When I was a rock fan, I was like, how did anybody like country? I didn't grow up on country. And I know other folks, I know friends of mine, I tried talking some of them into it. I'm like, give some of the rock-based country a shot, because over time you'll come to see the country is awesome. So I know that I'm still trying to convert some people here and there gently, but I know that there are people who are like, country is just dumb. It's like, well, I used to think that way too until I started listening to it. And then I'm like, oh, it is so the opposite of that. So for Alabama to have gone in this direction, I don't know who the producer was. I don't know what the impetus was for them to do one like this, but it certainly could have been more of a crossover. And yes, I can relate to the subject matter within the song. And it isn't just like I'm in the mood for love simply because you're near me. This had more depth of sentiment in it. But that guitar work was almost ominous. Like it was Josie Wales strutting into town type thing. And you're like, uh-oh, what's going to go wrong? Who's going to get shot? So that was an interesting thing. I don't know if this was made for a movie or what that was, or if it was part of the theme album. Not necessarily, obviously. It could have been on any type of album. But I wonder what the other songs were like at that time, Cheryl and Johnny, that were produced and put out on this album, if they had a similar sort of, let's move away from country a little bit and into more mainstream acceptability. It wasn't pop by any stretch. This would never get played on pop radio, so that's much a credit to it, even though some pop songs once in a while they're just fun. But the guitar work and the tempo, were just down, slow. So, all right, I'm going to rate this song. All right, I go with the first number that pops into my head, and it's an 8.8. And I hope that's enough to keep you in the mood, Johnny, my brother. And I don't know you, obviously, but guy to guy, I'm pulling for you. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you, Cheryl. See you on another video, and keep rocking the country.